This was not supposed to happen in Ballinlough, but here we are. A quiet cul-de-sac in Shrewsbury Downs, the kind of Cork neighbourhood where the biggest drama is someone parking slightly crooked. And then, out of nowhere, boom, the whole street becomes the center of one of the most unsettling family cases Ireland has seen this year. No warning, no slow build, just an ordinary Irish suburb getting dropped straight into a real-life mystery nobody on that road was prepared for. At the center of this story is Stella Gallagher, around 59, originally from Ballinspittle, a respected chemical engineer who spent years working with Eli Lilly. People describe her as warm, intelligent, and steady, the kind of person who brings calm into every room. Her husband, Brian Gallagher, around 62, survives with serious injuries. He's recovering in hospital while the entire community tries to process what happened. And then there's David Gallagher, around 25, their son. He's the one Garda arrest and formally charged with the murder of his mother and the assault causing harm to his father. It's the kind of twist nobody in Ballinlough ever expected from a family that looked so completely ordinary from the outside. It's a Monday evening in mid-November. Most houses in Ballinlough are settling in for a normal night, TV on, kettle boiling, nothing dramatic. Meanwhile, emergency services are suddenly racing toward Shrewsbury Downs. Blue lights bounce off the windows, neighbors peek out, thinking it's a routine call. Except it isn't. Inside the Gallagher family home, Stella is found critically injured. Brian is hurt as well. And just like that, a quiet Cork estate turns into the center of a case nobody could have imagined even an hour earlier. Stella is rushed straight to Cork University Hospital. Doctors work urgently to stabilize her, but the injuries are too severe. Later that night, she passes away. Brian remains in hospital with serious injuries, holding on while Garda begin pulling together the first pieces of the timeline. It's the kind of night where everything changes quietly, suddenly, and without a single clear explanation. The moment the situation becomes clear, Garda move fast. There's no hesitation, no waiting for the dust to settle. Officers arrive at Shrewsbury Downs, secure the scene, and immediately focus on the only person who could answer the questions nobody in that house can anymore. David Gallagher, around 25, is detained without delay. He's brought straight to the Bridewell station on Keele Street, the place where most major Cork investigations begin to take shape. Inside those walls, detectives start working through the timeline piece by piece. What triggered the emergency call? Who was in the house at the exact moment everything spiraled? How did a respected mother and a long-established local family end up at the center of a murder investigation? The detectives know this isn't a misunderstanding or a vague dispute. From the first hour, the tone is serious. This is a full, methodical homicide inquiry unfolding in one of Cork's most ordinary neighborhoods, and everyone can feel the shift. When David Gallagher appears before Cork District Court, the atmosphere changes instantly. It's quiet, tense, and heavy, the kind of silence that makes every small sound feel twice as loud. He walks in wearing grey pants and a burgundy top. No dramatic moment, no visible emotion. Just a calm, almost detached presence that leaves everyone in the room wondering what's going on beneath the surface. Detective Sergeant Niall Hayes gives the court the formal rundown, the arrest, the charge, the caution. Straight facts, no speculation. And when the charges are finally read, murder of his mother and assault causing harm to his father, David says nothing. Not a single word. That silence becomes its own twist. No denial, no explanation. No reaction. Just a courtroom full of people waiting for something and getting nothing at all. It's one of those moments where the lack of detail feels more unsettling than anything that could have been said. Inside the courtroom, the tone shifts again, this time from silence to concern. David's defense solicitor stands up and immediately asks for free legal aid, explaining that David is unemployed and has no means to fund his own defense. The judge grants it without hesitation. Then comes the part that catches everyone's attention. The solicitor tells the court that David has been checked by a medical professional every 8 hours while in custody. Not once, not twice. Regular scheduled examinations, and he's already been given medication during these checks. It's a detail that changes the room, because now the case isn't just about what happened in the Gallagher home, it's also about David's mental and physical state during and after the incident. The solicitor formally requests an urgent psychiatric and medical assessment, and the judge agrees immediately. He directs that David must receive immediate medical care while on remand. It's not dramatic or loud, but it's a clear sign that investigators and the court are treating this case as more than a straightforward criminal charge. There are deeper layers here, and this is the moment those layers start becoming impossible to ignore. News travels fast in Cork, but this story travels even faster. Ballinlough is the kind of place where people know each other's dogs by name, not a neighborhood where you expect major crime scenes. So when word spreads about what happened inside the Gallagher home, the whole area feels it. Neighbors step outside in small groups. Some whisper at their gates. Others leave flowers quietly, not sure what else to do. You can feel the hesitation in the air, that mix of sympathy, fear, and disbelief that settles over a community when something unthinkable happens to people they know. A respected mother is gone. A father is recovering from serious injuries. And a son who grew up on that same street is now facing one of the most serious charges in Irish law. People in Ballinlough don't speak loudly about it. They don't point fingers or guess motives. They just share the same stunned expression, the one that silently asks, "How could this happen here?" It's the kind of case that changes how a neighborhood feels overnight. Shrewsbury Downs still looks the same, but it doesn't feel the same anymore. With David now remanded, the case shifts into its slow, methodical phase, the part viewers never see but detectives live inside. Garda begin building the full picture, establishing a detailed timeline inside the Gallagher home, gathering forensic evidence, analyzing phone records and digital activity, interviewing neighbors and anyone who had recent contact with the family, monitoring Brian Gallagher's recovery, knowing his eventual testimony could be crucial, coordinating with medical experts for psychiatric evaluations. Nothing moves fast from this point. Irish murder investigations are designed to be careful, steady, and airtight. Every small detail gets logged, every question gets revisited, every unexplained moment gets another look. This case isn't going to vanish in a week. It will unfold slowly through court dates, reports, expert statements, and eventually a trial. And with each new update, Cork will be reminded that the story at Shrewsbury Downs is far from over. The twist in this case isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It isn't something you can sum up in one headline. It's the quiet part, the part that sticks in your head long after the cameras leave. A completely ordinary Irish family in a completely ordinary Cork suburb, living a life nobody would ever look at twice. Until one night exposes a reality nobody saw coming. No mysterious strangers. No random danger. Just a single house on a peaceful road holding a secret that no one outside its walls could have imagined. And that's the thought that lingers. If something like this can happen in a place as calm as Shrewsbury Downs, how much do we really know about what's happening behind any closed door, even the ones that look the safest?